Hello to all those watching. I'm going to be showing you how to play support in Season 10 Smite. What to build, what to do, how to play. Obviously this is in Conquest because that's the game mode that has support. And I'm going to do it against co-op so I don't have to deal with randoms and I can actually show you what to do this without consequence. So as soon as I get in the game, I'm going to pick a character, I'm going to show who's good and who's viable, and then obviously pick a character who's very easy to beginning players. Okay. So, a majority of all supports are Guardians. There's a few exceptions. Jormungandr, he's not a very good support Guardian. There's some other people who are played mostly in solo lane. Cthulhu isn't very good. I play him support, but he's a little harder in support. Ardio is also used in solo lane instead of support, just because she has so much pressure. Now, all these characters can be played in support. There are some mages, such as Aphrodite, who is bad pretty much everywhere. Baron is decent. Now there are some oddball picks that just have healing, like Hell, Eset, Chana, Nox. Those are the main support mages. Warriors, there's pretty much Horus, and that's about it, but I like to include Guan Yu and Nike sometimes. But to go with easy, I'm gonna play Ares. So identifying teams for Conquest is pretty easy. Depending on how people pick. Obviously against AI they're going to pick characters for their role. So Sobek would be their support, Unher would be their carry. So you can pretty much decide what you need to build against in support, tank wise. So they have 3 physicals and 2 magicals, which are the defaults. The default roles or types of damage.
I know not what
so you'd want to build fairly
is,
even.
but I will fight to find it.
On Ares, I like to get my 3 first for the wave clear. Obviously, I don't know how AI works in this season, but this build is fairly good. I would make some differences. I made this early in the season before I found anything. So Heroism is a great support healing item. Going in the Proc Club first, it stacks and takes a while. I typically try to get at least 1 to 2 stacks per minute by the time I'm finished with it, and it gives you huge late game pressure because it's mitigations and it's high profit. Support relics. First, you can get Magic Shell, which is what I did. You can get Cloak of Med, which is healing towards mana and HP, and Belt for first wave clear. I'm gonna get Shell, which gives me a shield and reduced auto attack damage. In support, I leave Carapace alone, it steals procs, but I either get Horn Shard or Vision Shard, so I'm gonna grab that. Now, I like to buy multi-pot everywhere, so I can buy a ward. So my ADC, as you can see, is in lane because they're AI. But typically, depending on your clear, which we have decent, you can have carry bull purple and you pull green to the mid XP, clear that, and then do the XP. But obviously that's different. You can do green to XP and do that, and then do purple by itself. And there's a few side things we'll get when the actual laning part starts. But Thor's going straight for that XP that we don't get. I'm just gonna pick this up because I know he's not going to. But yeah, green buff gives 10 HP 5 and 10 MP 5 and 100 base health. You want to try and distract the ADC from killing wave. Obviously, you're going to take a lot of damage, so you might need to back up. But obviously, they won't play super aggressive like this and almost die.
Do not fear the pain. Darkness binds us together. First blood.
You can do that with Ares. His chain is one that I use. It cribble. Means they can't dash or leap. And it does tick damage, which is just like a bleed in most games.
Thank you, ancestors.
You would like to place a ward there so junglers don't gank, and typically you would destroy dashes first. Obviously AI doesn't.
Do not fear the pain.
One less problem to worry about. An enemy has been slain. Outsmarted and outplayed.
Pretty much, the laning phase for support is until you build your first item, you don't leave this lane. But I stay for a little bit of the physical before I rotate, just so I have more per minute. Obviously, people play differently, build differently, and typically your ADCs don't do that.
One less problem to worry about.
Your 2 on Ares gives you protections and HP 5. The protections also go to your allies. The HP 5 does not.
You're making them feel stupid. Killing spree.
So prosthetic cloak you can fully build at this spot is at 1750. So I'm gonna back and grab it. Obviously, you can get a tag while in there, like that's so that 15. And you can, or you can cancel the bag.
An enemy has been slain. Not the way I would have done it, but effective nonetheless.
Now, I'm playing with the AI, I'm just trying to get the kill, but you would try and feed your opponent. But if you get the kill, it's not the end of the world.
Be no question
At
of my
times, you just
determination.
need to get it to get it,
Your right tower is under
so the other team doesn't get it. Looking at builds is pretty good to see what you need to counter. Some items are
One
built
less problem to worry
and
about.
you just die. Like kin size in the hunter role, they destroy you. There's not a whole lot you build on it. You can build Midgardian Man, but that's only if the team has more than 1 or 2.
You're making them feel stupid. Killing spree.
And
Your plan is working
so I can do
perfectly.
that.
You're on a rampage.
Darkness binds us together.
Good anticipation. Double kill.
Darkness binds us together.
You're making them feel stupid. Killing spree.
At this point, I'm gonna back and then rotate. And I like to do Gauntlet of Thebes second. Typically,
An enemy
If
has
you're
been
gonna
slain.
build cross cloak, you do get it first.
Your team has destroyed
But
a
Thieves is
right
built
enemy
first a
tower.
lot. It's typically the default build that the game gives you. I just make my own build because I have a lot of experience playing this role. And pretty much rotating, you just go mid lane, and you keep your mid laner alive. See, like a hero might be in trouble. Obviously, she's our actual player.
Working perfectly. You're on a rampage. One less problem to worry about.
The afterlife.
An enemy has been slain.
Then you get a tower down. Once you get a tower down, your lane gets a lot more.
Watching you work is giving me some great ideas. You're unstoppable.
So pretty much, now you have free access to stealing stuff. Depending on,
Watching you work
like
is
here,
giving me
I
some
can take
great
green
ideas.
buff.
You're
Then-
unstoppable.
and you preferably want a damage dealer next to you while you do it. You can actually kill it.
One less
No, I
problem
think
to
I
worry
cleaned
about. An enemy has been slain.
This life or the next.
So in mid lane for
Losing an ally
supports,
is
you
inevitable,
just keep them alive.
but never
distract,
acceptable.
see your waves. Pretty much, the support initiates a lot of team fights along with the solo laner, which I'll cover in the video that I make on how to play solo lane. Pretty much, you're the team fight and
performance
you
like
heal
this takes
or
brains
you
and
apply
brawn.
cover, and peel is the term. You pretty much just stun, slow,
anything we could have done there?
cripple the enemy,
Do not fear
so they can't kill your team. And that's where the utility of items goes over the protection and power usage. So this build, if you want to just get prots for a starter, you would go
An ally has
Sentinel,
been
and
slain.
Sentinel's Embrace. That has utility. It splits prots among your teammates. Boon, however, focuses on you and getting more prots. There's also War Flag, which I've never built. It's just never been good. Of course, regular items are more important for utility. Prosthetic Cloak gives my teammates prots. It's an aura when it's fully well, it's always an aura, but when it's fully evolved, it gives extra prots. Same with Thieves, it gives 10 of each one when it's evolved. Contagion, which I'm gonna build, is anti-heal. Really good right now. Anti-heal just reduces the healing that people who are within range for, which in this case, it's just
Incredible how your thoughts never waver.
so it's really good against characters who have heals built in or high lifesteal items, which they don't have any high lifesteal except for the Bound Gauntlet on Ravana. But of course, they have Sobek who has a heal.
One less problem to worry
Die
about.
here.
Shut down.
Obviously, when you die, it's not a good thing because you have cooldown. But you can obviously buy.
An enemy has been slain. A well thought out counterattack. It's like you know their next move before they do. One less problem to worry about.
Leveling abilities, that's important. If you look down here, these are the levels. If you're gonna level an ability, once you have all of your abilities, some characters you don't get the abilities, you level them up fully until they're maxed. So I max out the fire breath because
Losing an ally is inevitable,
it's high clear.
but never acceptable.
You can of course level the shackles first. I would still get this first, but you can level that first. After getting everything unlocked, you just keep leveling it. Obviously your ult is most likely your best option, unless it's a stand switcher, which is very different playstyle.
Do not fear the pain.
One less problem to worry about.
Yeah, utility. Auras are high utility for your team. In the spot in the store, the item store. So if you go to all items and you go down here to utility or aura, these are all the auras. Breastplate of Valor it's mostly a solo lane item. I don't typically build it support contagion, anti-heal. This is really good. Emperor's Armor is good early. It debuffs enemy towers and buffs your own. Fablest is only used on very select characters who have healing.
An enemy has
in
been
their
slain.
kit.
Was
These
there
I've
anything we
obviously
could have
covered.
done there?
Hardward Amulet is an item that gives you Magi Prots and MP5 to you, gives to you and your team. Mail of Renewal is good early and counters high magical damage. So if they have like 3 magical attackers, which are mages and guardians, build this. Depending on your situation. If you're
You
mystical
will
mode,
not break our
item,
win streak so easily.
it just has a damaging aura.
One
that's
less
supposed
problem to worry
Pestilence
about.
is the magical version of Contagion. So basically, if people are near you, it applies an anti-heal. Don't overpower. Pythex Piece is a power item. You don't really build it in support. Rod of Asclepius is just bad.
enemy has
You
been
don't build it
slain.
ever.
For the next.
It just boosts it. There's a better item for that. Shoguns increases attack speed of you and your teammates. Very good. For high auto attackers, we don't really have that. We have CERN and Thor could benefit from that. These two don't really benefit much. Hera does because her
One less
passive,
problem to
but
worry about.
Sovereignty is the physical version of Heartward. It just gives you physical prot and HP 5 instead of MP 5.
An enemy has been slain.
The goal of your build is to be as tanky as possible, which you can look here for protections. Max is 325. And the most utility with your items. Helping your team win is your job.
Losing an ally is inevitable, but never acceptable.
That's pretty much support. Support is one of the easiest roles I'd say to learn, but to get good at it takes a lot.
Come too far to perish now.
One less problem to worry about.
So obviously, besides just going from over here to mid lane, you can obviously make other rotations, like to solo lane to gank, or back to dual lane that help your ADC losing fights. Or in normal games, my support would have gone mid, and they typically can rotate first. And you could rotate with them, or you could stay there and go pressure the lane. It just depends on the situation.
An enemy has been slain.
So you saw that, that's an unhurt ult. I'm gonna ult and try to move away from my son.
Excellent prediction. You got it. Double kill.
Just like that gank worked out pretty well. Now I should probably rotate mid because my Hera is getting ganked by a Ravana. and is fighting his own queen. So if I come mid to help,
You're making them feel stupid. Killing spree. Good anticipation. Double kill. One less problem to worry about.
Thanks.
now we're and Phoenix has been generated over time. Now we can attack the Titan.
An enemy has been slain.
Darkness binds us together.
Your plan is working perfectly. You're on a rampage. An ally has been slain. Was there anything
We're
you
gonna
could have
back
done
here?
there?
Or try to. It depends on if they attack us. Now we get to the big part. Shards can be upgraded into a second relic. Now on Ares and some high aggression supports, you get Blink. You can still get Belt. You can get Horrific, which reduces attack speed on enemies. And you can get, or you can get a Cursed Ankh, which is anti-heal as a relic. I'm gonna get, you can also get Heavenly Wings, which is for certain characters like Ganesha with his ult, which is another support. Now I'm
Your
gonna,
right tower is under
I'm gonna
attack.
build a Shogun's,
One less problem to worry
because
about.
it also feeds my passive, which gives me 30 power per aura I have built, which I have 3. Because I have these finished, this is an aura and a passive, and this has a passive and an aura.
Losing an ally is inevitable, but never acceptable. You have slain an enemy.
Your left tower.
A well thought out counterattack. Watching you work is giving me some great ideas. You're unstoppable.
Your team has destroyed a
Yeah, obviously, since I put upon myself a new AI, it's very. That's not the greatest example, but I'm
An enemy has been slain.
obviously the more you play, the better you get. The better you get. The harder your opponent, and it keeps repeating.
You're making them feel stupid. Killing
One thing in
spree.
the tower, unless you damage the enemy, you can walk out when a new mini wave walks in, and it'll just take the damaging part away from you or your team.
Let the abyss consume you.
They didn't have many nice thoughts about you anyways. Double kill. A performance like this takes brains and brawn. One less problem to
Now I
worry
can
about.
I'm soloing. I'm on an auto attacker, so I'm gonna pop a shell, which means the rest. Now he's probably gonna get away.
Yeah!
Darkness binds us together.
So I should back up because I see the jungler attacking, even though I could easily beat him in a fight. Which I will when I have this.
It's incredible how your thoughts never waver. A singular focus on destroying your opposition. An ally has been slain.
Take you all down with me.
outplayed.
Pushing. At level 15, you can upgrade your support starters,
Good
which
anticipation.
include
Double
the three I
kill.
went over. Sentinel, War Flag, and Benevolence. Of course, that's level 20, yeah. I can't build Lono's Mask because I'm on a tank, but mages, assassins, and hunters can build Lono's Mask as a support starter, which reduces damage they take. So that's also an option. To the last, if you look at the prots, I do need more magi, but obviously I can
I should have
build
seen that
a
coming.
double item, which right now, out of both prot items, Abyssal Stone isn't built a lot. It gives negative cooldown reduction to
An
enemies
enemy
when
has
hit
been slain.
with an ability. I find it nice. Archdruid is a solo laner item mostly. This item is just never built. This is okay.
Losing an
I didn't
ally
realize
is
they buffed it this
inevitable,
much, but
but never acceptable.
it's good on squishies more so than me. This is obviously, I said, a magical item. Manicore isn't built as much now. It was really good
One
not
less
long ago.
problem to worry
This
about.
item is okay. Stone of Binding just got heavily nerfed, but it's still decent. Spear Robe is really good. And Pridewin, however you want to pronounce it, is really good on instant all characters, which
Your team
mine
has
isn't
destroyed a left enemy
instant.
phoenix.
Mine doesn't finish
Your
instantly,
middle
so
tower
I'm gonna
is
build
under
Spear
question
Robe.
of my
Because whenever I
determination.
get like stunned or pulled, I get 15% damage mitigation, which is really good.
I am your only hope.
Here, I use my blink on Ares, and I pull these two
It's like you know their next move before they do. A well thought out
in, and I bring them the
counterattack.
kills. Looking, that CERN needs help. He's getting 2v1'd and he's a level down on the ADC. So I'm on my way. The art of body blocking is huge. Pretty much just getting in the way of the other ADC
Excellent prediction.
to make sure they don't get hit by the other
Was
ADC's
there
auto
anything we
attacks
could have done there?
is what's good. It keeps them alive and you can tank it most of the time. Obviously, Unher does not have the build set up to kill me. You would need pin size. I just win in trades for them.
An enemy has been slain.
And we're wrapping up the game.
Destroy the right enemy phoenix. Your middle tower is under attack.
One less problem to worry about. You have slain an enemy. Double kill.
Pretty much you should be tanking the objectives. Obviously, you shouldn't stay away from one.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Not the way I would have done it, but effective.
Your middle tower.
I'm gonna back because I'm low. Now, in a regular game at this point, Gold Fury and Fire Giant probably would have been taken,
Too far to perish now.
which Gold Fury gives gold, and it has three things. Oni Fury gives buffed waves for minions, and Primal increases power and damage output. Fire Giant is power,
An ally has been
and then it
slain.
evolves at 30 minutes. So it gives more power and it gives just percentages of HP back at
An enemy has been slain.
EFG form. Very helpful. EFG is a win condition in a lot of close games. Pretty much whoever gets it just wins the team fight in the game. Obviously the game is about to end here. Because I don't know if they can clear mini waves fast enough. I'll hurry up. Oracles, if you clear them, give you vision on Gold Fury here. Which is this. It's just an AI boss. That's in the circle and pass. And obviously both teams, you can do all the damage and it will get stolen. And there's nothing you can do about it.
They didn't have many nice thoughts about one less problem to worry about.
Fire Giant's similar, it's a lot bigger though. Pyromancer would spawn here, but obviously these minis have not been cleared out yet.
An enemy has been slain.
That's the icon, it'll spawn in after a while. And this is Fire Giant. He'll track you. He has an attack pattern, he'll just constantly hit you, and then he'll spawn this. You want to get out of that. It knocks you up into the air. And he summons pools at some point. Yep, there's his pools. And I think once you get him like a third of the HP down, he will summon a ring of fire out like right here at where the area shifts. That does a lot of damage and slows you down. Depending on if you're
Losing an
not
ally is
tanky.
inevitable, but never acceptable.
So I'm gonna go try and end the game right now.
Your team has destroyed a left enemy Phoenix.
One less problem to worry about. Good anticipation. Double kill.
And we should just win here.
You're so bad at RPG. When someone you say, the file select screen.
And that's game. Not all games are like this. Every game is different.
Yeah!
Different characters,
Okay, I got another.
different times objectives are taken,
She counts
different
as
players every time. Different. But that doesn't mean you have to play different every single game. You just have to adapt. And the actual players, if they're good, I just always give them teamwork. Pretty much, that's how you play support. At the end of the game, you should typically have top damage mitigated. And with the starter I said to build, you get player healing. Obviously, you should be placing more wards than I did, but it's training. And pretty much, you get XP, you get worshippers, which give you a rank, but obviously I have them diamond, so I don't get them in training. And you get favorite, which lets you buy more characters. Accolades, there's killing sprees, kills, which also give you killing sprees, but it's just double kill, triple, quadra, penta. And then objectives, which counts as fire, pyro, gold, towers, phoenixes, minions. And then there's special ones. There's objective steal, which is you got the last hit on a objective such as fire when the other team did like over half the damage, I think it is. So yeah, that's how you play support in Season 10 Smite Conquest. Adios.